Hi, I'm Mike Franzone. This is Mike Franzone Ministries. And today we will be looking at 7 types of relationships that just don't work. I mean, are you shocked that a relationship you thought would last forever, all right, well, at least till next Tuesday, right? That relationship is now falling apart. I mean, Henny Youngman, a comedian from a long, long time ago, said this: "My wife's an earth sign, I'm a water sign, and together we make mud." It looked so good at the beginning. So what happened? I mean, over the years, and I've worked in singles ministry for many, many years, I've heard many singles and many married people just ask out loud, "I don't understand why our relationship failed. I don't know what happened to it." Well, somebody once said good endings need to have good beginnings. So what I want to say, that there are certain patterns, or let me say types, of love affairs that are generally destined to fail. I use the word generally because there's always exception to every rule. So we want to look at the 7 types of love affairs, the 7 types of patterns, the 7 types of relationships that just won't work. Number 1, you care more about your partner than they care about you. You're in love, but you're not sure how he or she feels, and you just think that we are perfect for each other. But they don't seem to be very excited about the relationship at all. You can't stop thinking about him or her, but they seem to be fine without you. Every relationship has an emotional dance. You take turns pursuing and being pursued. And it's like the tide that comes in and the tide that gradually retreats. That's a dance, and that's an emotional dance every relationship has. But a relationship is not healthy when one person is doing all the emotional pursuing. You initiate most of the contact in that relationship through phone calls and texts and all those things. You make most of the plans. I mean, they don't even want to talk about the future. Something's wrong with that. You don't seem to fit in their schedule. That relationship, I don't think is going to work. Here's a second relationship, or second type of relationship that I believe is destined to fail. Your partner cares more about you than you do about him or her. Now that's the opposite of the first relationship. So your partner is really into you, but you struggle. You struggle with all of your feelings toward them. Now you don't want to break up, but you just don't want to fully commit. I mean, maybe you say you feel, I feel kind of claustrophobic in this relationship. I feel guilty and I don't want to leave them and break their heart. I'm kind of annoyed because they seem so clingy, but I just, need to be there with them. I don't want to hurt their feelings. So why? Why are you not into them, but they're more into you than you are into them? Maybe you are protecting yourself emotionally and physically. I mean, you have vowed, I will never be hurt again, but I don't want to be lonely. And so because of that, even though you want to stay in that relationship, you never quite fully commit. That won't work. Number 3 relationship that I believe is destined to fail. You're in love with your partner's potential. Oh, I know Jim really cares about me. It's just hard for Jim to show his feelings. I think I need to give him a few more months. And when he knows that I really care, then he will open up. He'll change. Debbie's mood swings, can be really difficult. But no one has taken the time to truly understand Debbie. If I give her enough love and support, she will change and she'll get out of her depression. She'll be a totally different person. You aren't in love with who they actually are. You're in love with who you hope they will become. This is not a relationship. This is called a project. Now, there are highly addictive relationships, and you're drawn in because you just wish and you hope and you dream of what they could be. And my friend, if you're into that, that can be very addicting. Once your emotions become entangled, it's very hard to break away. And maybe you need to back away a little bit and give them some space to change. So give them some time, some space, so that they can get their act together. Because a healthy relationship is loving them who they are now and accepting them, right, with all their faults, if you will, all their faux pas and their foibles and all the things that are not quite right with them and all the little quirks. That's a healthy relationship. And you can accept them, but don't go into a relationship and make it a project, all right, that you're going to change them, all right, because you're in love with who they could be, because you never guarantee. I don't think that relationship can really work in the long run. Number 4, you are on a rescue mission. I mean, you're a St. Bernard in the Swiss Alps with a small cask of brandy around your neck, trudging through the snow to rescue that wounded climber. You are a rescueaholic. You feel compelled to help. Now, this can be an addiction. I mean, I can't give up on Joe. I can't give up on Sally. It will just validate their feelings of worthlessness. I've got to stick with it. I can do it. I can make a difference in their life. Do you feel that if you left your partner that they would just fall apart? That they need you, all right? You feel that if you let them, you're abandoning them? You might be mistaking sympathy for real love. Number 5, the 5 type of relationship that I believe just won't work. You're infatuated with your partner for external reasons. It was Jeff's blue eyes. They reached and touched my soul, and then I knew that he was the one. Christina's hair was magic, long, blonde, silky, beautiful. She made me feel like a man, and that's when I fell in love with her. Oh, but when I heard Bill play the guitar, I knew that he had a real heart, and he felt things inside. I always wanted to fall in love with a musician. Jennifer was an amazing dancer. I watched her at the party. I knew that we were meant for each other just by the way she danced. Now, think about this. Hair, eyes, dancing, music. Are those really good reasons to start a relationship? Not necessarily. That could be infatuation. And by the way, infatuation lasts about 3 to 6 months, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little less, but infatuation is temporary. And here's what's going to happen. You're going to find yourself stuck with someone you really don't want to be with. Can they communicate? Can they actually talk? Can they share feelings? What's their true character? And do you have the same values that they have? Now, here you are. You're infatuated with them. 5 months have gone by. You really don't want to be with them. And now you have the terrible and unpleasant task of breaking up with them. Number 6. The 6th relationship or type of relationship I believe that will not just work out. You choose a partner as a reaction to your previous partner. That's called overreaction. You choose someone that is the exact opposite of your previous boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, or husband. Your ex-husband was boring and he was predictable. Your new boyfriend is wild and irresponsible. Your ex-boyfriend was professionally passive, and what I mean by that, unambitious. So you go out and you choose the new boyfriend who is a workaholic, who likes making money, who you don't see much. Your ex-girlfriend was needy. She was clingy, overly dependent. Oh, but your new girlfriend is a feminist, independent, all right, does her own thing, and she doesn't seem to need you too much. Almost unconsciously, we swing from one extreme to the other. Be very careful of a thing called rebounding. That's looking for those missing qualities in another person, all right? After a breakup, stop. Learn to be alone. Heal. Grieve. Pray for wisdom. Work on yourself for a while. It might be 6 months. It might be 1 year. I don't know. But you can't get in that kind of relationship and always think I'm going to get somebody better. The grass is never greener on the other side. All right, here we are. Number 7. We've been looking at the 7 types of relationships that just won't work. And number 7, your partner is unavailable. First requirement you should have in a partner, whether a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife, they have to be available. Now let me define available. That means free to be in a relationship with you, not involved with someone else, not married, not engaged, not sleeping with other people, not going steady, not obsessed with work. And here's a caveat. Maybe they're raising children, and maybe they're so preoccupied with their children they're not going to give you any time. You've got to walk very slowly with that, okay? You may be prone to choosing unavailable people. There's a lot of people, singles I've known in the past, that always seem to choose the unavailable person. Now, why? And there's several reasons. It could be that you just have low self-esteem. You know, you feel like, I deserve better. I don't deserve better, and I need to take whatever I can get, okay? Maybe you felt abandoned as a child, so you choose a partner who can't be there for you either, like your parents were either. Maybe you're afraid of intimacy, and so you want to be with that unavailable partner because that's a great way to avoid true intimacy. When you get involved with someone who is in a relationship with another person, you are accepting that person's leftovers. And my friend, you are better than that. I saw on a Hallmark coffee mug an amazing quote. Let me read it to you. Remember, it is better to have loved and lost than to be stuck with a real loser the rest of your entire miserable existence. All right, 7 types of relationships that I believe just won't work. Remember to like and subscribe. God bless. See you next time.